Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on BeamNG Drive with a challenge. Well, this is with actually a very, very old challenge. One of the early videos I did on Beam, we're talking many years ago. It's a simple premise. The goal is we have got to try and jump the canyon. We've got to jump this gap, sort of broken bridge gap, and we're going to be using a series of cars and seeing what can make it and what is not going to make it, and what can survive if it lands over here. Can it still drive after it makes it, or, you know, the general thing. The rules are pretty simple. I'm going to be selecting a bunch, all sorts of cars to choose from. We're going to start at this signpost. This is our start line for the various vehicles. Cars are going to get through, well, cars are going to get 3 attempts unless it's very clear that there's absolutely zero chance of them making it, in which case they'll probably just get 1. We're going to start with a Lron here. Got an estate car. This is a V6 estate car with a automatic gearbox. We'll give it a try. I'm not sure what speed we're going to. I mean, this can also be kind of utilised a little bit as a what speed. All cars are going to be going to go full throttle. Even if it's a supercar, it's going to massively overshoot. We're going to go running full throttle anyway to see what happens on their first runs. This one here is about 90. That's okay. 90 mile an hour, not fast enough. 90. The nasty bit is the kind of like crack that we've got along here. This bit. See, well, we can see where we hit. We hit there. Maybe. Clearly, we're not going to be able to go much faster than that. What side? I don't actually know which. I'm trying to look to see what side is better to aim landing on. I think this side is better to land on. Maybe that side there looks like it's more of an upwards bit. So we're not going to be able to go any faster than that. Okay, we'll go. Actually, we'll end up going maybe a fraction slower because we were rolling forward a little bit. That might actually help because we don't want to land on the crack. In this, landing on that little crack is not going to help us. So what I'm thinking is we just lift here. Oh, we're twisted. Ooh, that's actually quite good. Well, it's better. I'm not going to say good because it wasn't good. We have impaled ourselves on a tree. Okay, the twisting. Now that's helpful because we don't actually put all the. We're more likely to bounce over. I mean, it's closer to surviving that one. I have no steering and I won't have any drive. The engine did stall, but oh, it's definitely not happy. I'm not actually quite sure what's gone on with it. It's not happy. Okay, one more try for the Lron. I think maybe the best bet is if we can twist it somehow and if we can be slow on takeoff. Slightly slow. I mean, we're talking like a couple of mile an hour at most, because any slower and we're going to be in trouble here. Okay, that's good. We're twisting. Ooh. Now, will you be a one-wheel drive car? Okay, we're upside down. That's fine. I can node grab them over if they are upside down. Will you have drive as a one-wheel drive car? Oh. No, it doesn't. It doesn't drive as a one-wheel drive. I mean, it's improved. It's improved from smashing its face into the kind of gap. That has got better. We've got across, but I'm not going to say it's drivable. Your everyday V6 Lron, probably not the thing you need for jumping the canyon. Now, up next, we have got the Mistal. This is essentially a Mitsubishi Mirage, which actually quite a fun little hatchback, this one. I do love the rally versions of it. Great little car. Now, I've got 1.5 turbo version. In theory, we might be a little bit quicker. In theory. I mean, we need to be going, I'm going to guess, what are we doing with the Lron? About 95? I'm going to guess we're going to need maybe 110 to do this nicely, although a little bit more might be helpful. Okay, we are definitely going to be going a bit faster with this. We're going to go flat. So we're going flat out for the first jump. 108 mile an hour is good. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no. You poor car. Oh dear. Okay. We're going to need a little bit more than, well, there's 108 as it left. We have got over the other side. We've folded the front subframe underneath it. That is very painful. We are currently still rolling as well. The long jump, the steering wheel. The steering wheel is the highest part of the car, and that's definitely not supposed to happen on that. Ouch. Ouch indeed. This driver's seat, what is the first... Oh, yeah, okay. The driver's seat has shifted a bit. Not quite as much as the dashboard. That is... Yeah. That is some serious... It's just folded itself underneath. That did not quite work. It's close. We need a little bit more speed out of this one. Now, I wonder if... Oh. Okay. So, flat out, it's close, but it is... The Mistral's not going to make it. So, what if... We're going to go flat out, but I'm going to aim for the other side of the jump. I don't know whether that's going to work here. Maybe we can... Oh, it's twisted again. It just wants to fly nose down. That's better. I mean, it's slightly less horrific a crash. We've lost all the front end anyway. It really just wants to fly nose down. That's the bigger problem, actually. I think the car, if it flew relatively flat and level, it might survive it. But wanting to fly nose down, I mean, there is the... We've got steering. Amazingly, we have steering. I mean, I can turn the engine on. It won't... Well, maybe turn the engine on. No, I don't think it works fully. It's not happy either way. There's no real way to fix the whole tipping forward. The only thing I can think of... Hey, he's going to be a little bit mad. What I'm going to do is, just before we leave the jump, I'm going to grab the brakes, and we're going to try and get it to land on its roof. Now, the trick here is going to be not to lose too much speed doing it. Oh, land more in the middle. Okay, that's better. Way better. This bit less good. No, we've lost the drive anyway. No, it's not going to work. The Mistral has... it kind of was better, and then it was not better, and then we've ended up in a... Well, I say in a field, not really in a field. We've ended up off the right, yeah. The Mistral Turbo was faster. It was faster, but 110 mile an hour. It might work for some cars. It won't work for this. It just tips. It just goes nose down. Now, the Mistral got kind of close. This, I'm not actually sure what we're going to see from it. It's the Sport. It's a Sport Landsdale. It's a 3.8 Sport. It is all-wheel drive. That could be helpful. It could be helpful in terms of, if we do make it to the other side, having some sort of drive. The other hope is, well, I mean, it'd be nice if it could actually do a front flip and just land on the roof, because there's so much crumple zone we could use there. We are not as fast as the Mistral. We are quicker than the first car. Ooh, it's good. Well, it might be good. Survive. Oh, do I have steering left? Oh, I'm not sure I have got much in the way of steering. I mean, it's bowed everything. I definitely still have drive. We are front-wheel drive, I think. Oh. I mean, it's not great. There is some drive left. We have got kind of a bit of steering. What is that? Is that a spare wheel, maybe, that came out of this somewhere? Yeah, we don't really have a full accompaniment of steering, but it is a lot better than we've seen so far. Okay, Landsdale. There's a chance. Kind of. Well, there's a chance. We've made it. In our next 2 attempts, can we actually survive better? What would be... what do we want? Well, we can try doing what we did with the Lron, sorry. We can aim a little bit for this left-hand side. I don't know whether that's going to help because it does seem to fly quite nice and level, which is good. Avoid the rocks. Okay. Nope, it does twist if there's a flat side. Nope, that's not the way to take it. Eee. Ouch. Yeah, that did not quite go how I wanted it to. That's not working anymore. So, folded another car underneath. Yeah, okay. That sort of approach was definitely not the way to go. We're not going to make it like that. I do think the aiming to the left, the crack in the landing zone is slightly closer, so we don't have to quite jump as far if you go for the left-hand side, which is what we're going to do there. It's a better takeoff. Oh, similar damage to the first run. Now we're just going to... Rolling's okay. I don't mind the rolling. The rolling dissipates energy. So, yeah, that's not too bad. Oh, do we actually... No, we don't quite have steering. Very similar to what we saw in the first one. I actually think the first... Oh, no, we don't think we do really have steering. The engine seemed like it sort of has smashed the rear suspension up, too, in that. Yeah. It got across. I'm going to go with a barely. The first one had something resembling steering, at least more than this version does. It's the best that we have seen so far, and that in itself is a victory. Up next, we have got the Goal. It's essentially a VW Jetta. Very, very cool mod, this one. This is the VR6 version. Theoretically, should be quite fast, should be quite light. I mean, it is, it's front-wheel drive, and again, quite a lot of the weight is over the front, and it's struggling to put its power down a little bit. Yeah, the concern is, with the weight quite over the front, we might see, like we saw with the Mirage, is very similar speeds to the Mirage, actually. No, it flies much nicer than that. Mirage did... Oh, ow. Ow. It caught the underside on the landing there. Oh, that's a nasty one. It's a you can tell it's a nasty one because it's all freaked out. Yeah, that is a horrific... That is the engine. We fired the engine out of the car. The bumper ended up there. Yeah, when it hit just there, straight onto the crack. That's going to kill it. Oh, look, the hood release. I don't think the bonnet... Oh, no, the bonnet works. The bonnet does work. There isn't an engine to look at in there anymore, but the bonnet still works. Those are some seriously impressively held on bonnet after that crash. Right. Okay. Maybe a little bit less wheel spin might help us accelerate a bit better. I think we're going to have to go off this. It flies very nicely. In fact, it flies almost too nicely because that's how it landed square on the centre of the chassis. I reckon if we go for a little bit more in the middle here. Oh, good landing. Bad second landing. Don't brake. Okay, we're fine. We are, well, I say we're fine. Our back might be shattered and the suspension is shattered too. But I bring glorious news, for we have a working car. All of the suspension has completely collapsed here. Yeah, all of it has gone. Actually, the lighting is a little bit weird on this map. But yeah, the suspension is completely gone on this car. I've never quite seen it. Say that. We've seen it on Driven to Destruction a little bit, but it drives. It actually lives. It drives. Not comfortably. It was a massive bounce on the landing, because it's not quite fast enough to make it nicely. But we have our first vehicle. Doesn't need another attempt. It has done it. The goal is successful. We will go again. I don't think I can really... I think I can really do anything to do less damage to the car here. I mean, the whole less wheel spin, try and put the power down a little smoother. Might be going a little quicker when you hit here. But yeah, definitely send it down the middle. Send it down the centre way. Here is probably the way to go. I have twisted it a little bit. Oh, yeah, it's going to be pretty similar. Impact down here. Oh, that time it broke the drive. The sort of slap on the ground was a little bit too much. Yeah, it can do it. It's the best we have seen so far. It's the best we've seen so far. It's helped by the fact it flies quite nicely in the air. But it does, again, another car. It needs a little bit more power if it's going to make it. But yeah, our first survivor of the canyon. Now, our next vehicle should, I'm going to say should, be good at this. It's an all-wheel drive. This is the Sport Sunburst. It should be quick enough. We've got the traction, of course, to get going. Traction very, very helpful here. Oops, I missed a gear. It will be, in theory, pretty powerful. Here we go. So first run, we're going to go flat out. 121 miles an hour is what the takeoff speed is. Oh, that's absolutely perfect. That is. Oh, and then bring the car under control. It's An interesting bit of road. Yeah, you're going very quick, funnily enough, on the landing. Yeah, there you go. That is how it is done. 120 miles an hour is what you want. The Sunburst flies nicely through the air. I mean, it slaps the ground a little bit on the landing. The Sunburst is very good at this. If you need to jump a canyon, the Sunburst, I mean, it would probably still shatter your back when you hit the it's still a big hit on the landing, but that is that's about spot on. We'll go for, I say, another one to see just more out of the consistency, a curiosity from this one. And it kind of moves about a little bit on the landing, but it's not too bad. So yeah, it's 122 miles an hour as it takes off. Yeah, that is. It's not even that heavier a hit on the landing. Actually, it's not as bad as I thought it was, and then it'll just come under control. Yeah, the Sunburst. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it with my car, but the Sunburst will definitely clear that gap. It is a bit damaged, you know, the doors, the chassis will be hurting a little bit from that. It's still a big smack on the ground. But yeah, the all-wheel drive Sunburst is very good indeed at jumping the canyon. Our next vehicle is very, very cool. This is the 300BX, and as you can probably guess by looking at it, based on a 300ZX, I really, really like this. Now I've got the rally spec of this. It will be rear-wheel drive. I don't know if it's going to be quick enough. It's not going to have as much power as the Sunburst, of course. Yeah, it is a rally car. It is a much older rally car. We are going to be, we're going to be at 108 miles an hour. We're going to fly nicely. Please be good suspension. Okay, that was good. This is about to be bad. We are minus a wheel, but it hasn't really. Oh, right, hold on. Yeah, so the diff is not going to let it drive because, that wheel on the, I mean, it has. Diff-related issues are more preventing it from driving. It has got steering. It has got some drive when we can put the rear wheel on the ground. I mean, it's made it. It has definitely made it. It hit pretty bloody hard, but we have got across. We have got across. It is very similar to the goal actually, with the bouncing on impact. Let's go and give it another try, shall we? I don't think we're going to ever get much more speed. There's no way, with this speed, there's no way for us to avoid the huge impact here, is there? Come on, car. I'm trying to steer. Okay, we're flying quite nicely. That's good. And then we're going to, oh no, this might be the worst. It might be quite bad. I was hoping it was going to land fully upside down, not on the bonnet. It's better than it was. It doesn't. Well, yeah, it puts its power down better. The steering is worse, weirdly. To smash the corner in. Radiator's gone. Funny that. I'd say that made it, though. I'd say that's yeah, made it fairly well. I don't think there's much I can do to up the chances of survival, because I'm not sure going slow is going to help it, really. If I lift, we're going to have to try. I mean, it's made it twice. I'm going to attempt it. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift and just lose a little bit more speed. So I'm hoping to bounce earlier and not as high. Okay, or we can do that. That has actually worked better. That will be. I mean, it was in some ways a less good. No, that's good. Yeah, it is considerably better actually. We have now got proper steering. We lost the oil pan and the radiator's gone. But that has way more steering and can put its power down. Yeah, that was the way to go. Sort of don't jump quite as far, so when you smack the ground and bounce, you're not, well, I'll say you're not getting as much airtime. It's the secondary impact that was killing this one, not the original one. But yeah, it made it. It made it. Very, very cool mod. And, oh, is that rear suspension broken? Or is that? No, I think it's just very soft. Very cool mod. And yeah, it was successful across the canyon. Now, we're going to have to go for some faster cars as well, of course. This is a K-Series. This is a high-spec, high-end K-Series. Now, the first run, we're going to go flat out. It will overshoot by a mile. I'm expecting it to here, which could be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, we're going to be going very, very quickly with this. We should make it 143 mile an hour for this, and we are going to go nose first into the landing. Yeah, as expected, K-Series at full whack can jump pretty far. The important thing that I've seen from that, actually, is that it flies very nicely. It sort of flies quite nice and level through the air, which is good. My main concern with this car, it's not the speed it's going to be able to get over here. The concern would be what's it going to do on the landing. We know we want about 120 miles an hour here. Oh, that might have lifted. I might have lifted just a little bit too much. Nope, that's good. Oh, absolutely perfect. Okay, we lifted a little bit too much, but it went very, very well. I'm just going to bring the car under control nicely. I mean, we barely even damaged the front bumper in this one. There is a little bit of damage on it. It's a little bit messed up there, but yeah, suspension. Well, the doors didn't ping up. We didn't even smash a windscreen. Like that's honestly very, very impressive. That one, it could deal with the landing. Yeah, car with this amount of speed, if you get it right, if you get it spot on in terms of the speed. Even though this is still a really big jump. Let's not forget here, this is a very, very quick car with very, very stiff suspension. That's actually maybe a little bit over the top in terms. Yeah, so it's actually a little bit better, about 118 miles an hour. That was a couple of miles an hour faster. I mean, it still made it, still no problem. Did extra damage to the vehicle, but yeah, it could make it across there. No issues at all. We will, I say, do some celebratory donuts with this one. Quite nicely still. Yeah, K-Series is the Rennsport one or whatever. Very good. Very good indeed. Now, we have an interesting question next. Can a truck make the jump? I'm going to go with no. However, I've given it as good of a chance as I can in terms of I've given it as much power as we possibly can. I have got the smallest and lightest truck, you know, that we could be using here. I mean, plus points for it. I mean, it is going pretty quick, actually. We're going to hit 100 miles an hour towards it. Come on, be strong. Bounce. It's bounced. It's flattened itself. It's on fire. It's oh dear. Well, it bounced. Didn't quite bounce where I wanted it to, and now it's a fiery wreck. There's problems have occurred, I'm going to say here. That definitely did not make it. That definitely, no. Indeed. How can this truck make that jump? That is a real big question. I mean, oh wait, hold on, we've got to build the revs up a little bit, because we're starting in sort of the high gearbox with this one. I mean, we need to get it going. I know how we might be able to. I've had one, but I haven't actually gone for it. I completely forgot about this until now. Something that I can do to try and help the vehicles if this doesn't make it, which I'm going to suspect that it doesn't. It shredded itself completely. Oh, are we going to? No, we're not. We've torn the rear axle off. I didn't actually know that could come off. Hold on, I'm curious. I didn't know that was a bit that could. I'm just going to grab it up there. Didn't know you could actually pull the whole rear off. Huh. That's kind of neat. I mean, it's held on by that, whatever the hell that is. But still, that's a fifth wheel part. I wondered whether that was kind of, don't know. But yeah, never seen that before. That's quite cool. Now, what I was thinking, that clearly not made it. It tore itself apart. Though it wasn't really any closer. What I was thinking, I mean, I know this is still a truck at the end of the day, but it's a truck that has a huge amount of fuel. Now, if we can do some serious weight saving, 10 litres, I don't think I can put less in it than that, can I? No. 10 litres is the least that I can put in it. I mean, it's surely going to help, right? I can't whack up the turbo boost or anything like that. I've technically not done anything cheating with the truck. I forgot about this being an option with the other vehicles, I will be honest. But we've shed a whole load of weight. Will we be going faster? will we be going fast enough is possibly, an important question here. Right, here we go. We're going up through the gears. We go into 5th. I don't really like that one. I'm not sure it's going to... I'm not sure... The truck's so heavy at the end of the day, I'm not sure it's really done enough. I mean, there'll be less weight to bounce here. Oh, I just lost the drive. I think the impact's always going to kill the drive shaft. It's killed it slightly less. I'm going to sit here and say that's slightly less dead than the first attempt. Yeah, the impact. If the truck would have to do 118. It would have to be able to land that smoothly. And I'm just not sure. Certainly in this configuration, it'd have to have a massive engine. You'd have to have an engine obviously bigger than this one could have to do 118 miles an hour in that time frame. I mean, it was spectacular, and there was a big fireball, which is always cool. The final vehicle to go in this little session is the Firehawk. I had to ramp it up to something crazy, and this 6-wheeled monstrosity is definitely that. Now, speed-wise, we should be fine. It's got essentially a Spitfire engine in the front. It's awesome. I love this mod. I love this vehicle. Now, speed-wise, it shouldn't be a problem getting up to the 118 mile an hour that we need. We've just got to be careful because the control isn't great. Now, we are going to, as I said, first run is going to be flat out. We're going to do 123. Okay, it's not too bad. And, oh, God, can I get you under control? There's a lot of flexing from the chassis. Try and unlock the wheels. And we have done it. And in fact, the Firehawk, I'm surprised. I'm very, very happy to see that as the result. But I am surprised by it. That the chassis didn't instantly disintegrate, really. It's okay. I mean, it is damaged. We've lost some of the steering on the front, which is a bit of a problem. Yeah, it doesn't really steer properly. The front axles we've lost steering on. The second axle... Wait, hold on. Does the second axle... Oh, the second axle is working on the steering front. Okay. I mean, it's difficult to utilise the power in this vehicle. So that was a flat-out run, but I was having to be very careful in getting the power down, because, funnily enough, all of this power does lead to a lot of wheel spinning. Now, we're going to try and aim for the 118 mile. Now, the thing with this is it shouldn't matter too much. We should be able to pick up some speed here quite nicely. That's a little bit low on the old speed side of things. Oh, lovely. Absolutely fantastic for the Firehawk. That is going to be completely fine. That is going to be completely and utterly fine. We have a full complement of wheels doing the steering. I am really surprised. I thought there was going to be too much weight at the front of this. I was really expecting, even like a nice run, I was expecting it to get itself in trouble. But no. I mean, it is bowed. You can see the chassis. It is twisted. The bonnet's... You can see actually how bowed it is by where the bonnet's sitting. But it actually survives it better than I thought it was going to. That's fantastic. I'm very happy that car survives. I'm going to try another run. I'm going to see if I can get it going any faster. We're going to try and be braver. I'm going to try and actually pay attention to where it needs to be to shift. I mean, this is it will probably die on this run, but we're going to see if I can get it a little bit quicker on the approach. Yeah, that's more like it. It's definitely got the speed to do it. Will it survive the full speed run? Not quite, yeah. It loses the rear drive shaft. And I have lost a fair bit of steering in this. Right. Oh, God. Okay, I locked the brake. I think I touched the dirt, I locked the brakes, and now there's a tree in my Firehawk. But yeah, turns out, if you actually are doing it properly and sensibly, that is surprisingly good. I really didn't expect that to be making the jump. Well, there we go. There we go. That is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoy this. It's fun coming back to do it. I mean, the Beam has changed. The game has changed so much since I did this the first time. Oh, that's a little slow. Yeah, it's changed so much since I did this the first time. So it's been fun coming back to do this, see some different vehicles and see how the game reacts to it and so on. But yeah, much to my surprise, and as fantastic as it is, yeah, the Moonhawk can absolutely make it. That, though, is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.